Spears and Steinberg.
You know what the it is?
Aries and Andy, Jew and the Jerk.
You know it's time to get this work.
The real raw, gutter, uncut, cold. No political corrections.
Always sleep.
Being awoke. We discuss politics and jokes.
Scribe, we lit.
There's levels to this shit. Before you was on your mama.
Aries Spears don't give a fuck.
We talk about race a lot, racism.
Sexism.
Much love to my loyal bag holders.
Rollers. Loaders.
We got them in the folders.
The whole world on our shoulders.
Spears and Steinberg.
Yeah.
Look, we're coming in hot. Andy was eating some trail mix just now.
It wasn't trail mix. I was eating a bag of mixed nuts.
But it looked like trail mix. So I said, is that trail mix? And of course he said no. And I was telling him how, I don't know, I can't remember if we ever did this on a podcast, but I had a book that was basically 100 things that white people like. And I couldn't remember if this was in the book, but it seemed to me like trail mix is a white thing. Black people don't eat trail mix. And Andy said, you have Aries, you know what I noticed about you? You have a very narrow perspective on, how did you say it?
On what you think black people are.
And I said, look, man, can I have a narrow perspective at times? Of course. I'm not 100% right. You know, I'm like 98.9. Because I'm a goddamn genius. But I have a pretty firm grip on my people. And I go, it's like, are there black people that eat trail mix? I'm sure. But as a whole, that ain't our thing. Are there black people that go hiking? I'm sure. But we know don't belong in the woods. Yeah. There's bears out there.
Okay, but here's the thing. You said that, but where do black people come from?
Africa.
And what's in the wood? What's in Africa? The jungle of Africa. The jungles. What's in Africa? Lions.
Wait a minute. Jungles? Ain't no jungles in Africa.
Okay. So it's not called jungles.
You see this racist?
Yeah.
See?
It's not.
God damn it, the white man.
No. It's too much Tarzan.
Yeah.
What's it called? The Sierra, the desert. What's the desert called?
I don't know.
What do they call it?
Sierra?
I don't know. But the African.
The tundra or some shit?
Whatever they call it. I don't even know what they call it.
Okay.
Where the lions are.
Yes.
You come from an area where there's wild beasts.
But we're not chilling with them.
Yes, you are.
No, we're not chilling with them.
You used to live in tribes that were in the same nature as that. You come from that.
We knew where the state line was. When it come to the lion, we know where the state line is. You don't cross the state line.
You know New York. That's what you know. And you know what? It's so funny, too, man. I'm going to tell you. Last night, we're in Richmond, and 3 dudes with Yankee caps came on, fitteds, right?
Yeah.
Bam, tap, tap, tap. Like you guys, just like back in the day, back in the schoolyard, right there.
Yeah.
That's your perspective. Now I'm going to say,
but don't relegate that to just New York.
No.
All know how to dap each other up with soul and rhythm.
But there's a New York way that you guys just relate to.
There's a vernacular.
There's a vibe that you connect with.
Yes.
But that's your 50%. And then you have this other outside of what black people are. But if you are a black person living in Utah, you're probably doing some more what would be considered white people shit, because that's the shit that's available.
Them ain't. See what I'm saying? Pigmentation does not automatically
it doesn't
give you the right for the title.
No, and then I asked the question.
The type of that eat trail mix, go hiking, snowboarding, they're black by pigmentation, but they're not black.
It was skateboarders. There's a lot of black skateboarders. And that was a white thing at one time. When you guys decide that it's not a white thing, then you guys go, okay, we'll
take it over, goddammit. Hunkies move.
Okay. But what is American black is different than just black.
I'm putting the black pick fist in the air. I want all my black people to write in. Do eat trail mix?
I don't know. I don't eat it. I don't like trail mix because it has too much sugar stuff in it. They put in chunks of other things in it, like a lot of chocolates in it. I mean, chocolate and nuts taste good together. I don't even like how that sounded, but it does.
No diddy. Chocolate and nuts.
But it does taste good. You know what? Here I'll sum it up this way. I think Trader Joe's is a white thing.
Absolutely.
But there's always black people at Trader Joe's when I go.
What they looking for?
Shit at Trader Joe's.
What they buying? Wait, what is Trader Joe's? It's like not like a regular supermarket, right?
No, it's like a little market that has all these it has those are where I got those nuts. The mixed nut bag right there. It has like chips that are better for you, a little healthier. It has a lot of salad. It has like.
In Trader Joe's, go in there asking for directions on how to get to Walgreens.
You sell cigarettes here?
Yeah. That was great. I like that. Your black voice. You sell cigarettes here? All right. So this dude, Derek Thomas, he sent this Steve a while ago, and I remember when I was looking at it, I was like, why has he got all these 70s cop shows? And I didn't understand where the Steve was. So I'm going to run through this really fast, and then you tell me if the juice was worth the squeeze.
Okay, let's do it.
This Steve comes to us from Derek Thomas. Hey, A&A, here's another Steve, OG. Andy should know these cop shows of the 70s. Beretta, Kojak, Columbo, McCloud, McMillan and Wife, Adam 12, Policewoman, Police Story, Get Christy Love, Starsky Hutch, The Mod Squad, The Untouchables, Cannon, Mannix, Streets of San Francisco, Rookies, SWAT, Chips, Barney Miller, Rockford Files, Vegas, Barnaby Jones, Benek, the FBI, Shaft, Future Cop, The Sweeney, and last but not least, Hawaii 5-0 Steve.
It's worth it.
That was worth it?
Yeah, I thought it was worthwhile. Because he got me off of it. He got me. I wasn't thinking about it. I was just going, yeah, I know all this one. And then he went, Hawaii 5-0 Steve. Yeah, it was.
You don't think he could have reduced that by like down to 8?
I think he had to take me out of my. I don't know who Get Christy Love is. I don't remember that.
I never heard of that.
I know all the other ones on here except for
You've
that
heard
one.
of
What was the Sweeney?
Sweeney?
No, I didn't know the Sweeney.
Future Cop, the FBI, Benek. What the f is Benek? Banasek.
Oh, Banachek. That's what it is. That the
You've heard of that?
Yeah. Barnaby Jones. Yeah, that's
Barnaby Jones. Yeah.
Shaft, Future Cop. I don't remember Sweeney though either. And the last, but no, Vegas, Rockford Files, Barney Miller is
My dad used to put me to sleep.
I love Barney Miller. Chips, Eric Estrada, man, how could I not know that one? SWAT, Rookies, Streets of San Francisco. That's our boy, man. That's
Streets of San Francisco. Oh, Michael Douglas.
Yeah, that was a great show. That was with Carl Malden. And then they had, and then they always did these commercials for American Express. Don't leave home without it. It was
the big nose
dude.
Right?
Yeah, that's Carl Malden.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Derek. I'm
gonna look up these other shows.
Oh, I wanted to show you this too. I posted it. Maybe you saw it. Did you see the GTA pictures?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, I got one too that I want to put on here.
Oh, he did one on Comic Death Auto.
Oh, that's good. I like that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always wanted to do like The Last Supper, but all comics that have passed.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, why do they have
Richard Pryor being Jesus?
Why do they have all dead comics at the Richmond Funny Bone
They
on
have
the wall? They're all dead.
Yeah. A little nod to the
Oh, Jesus.
because they killed.
You saved it with that. You want to put death in a place where you're supposed to laugh?
My very first year I'm on the road with you, we went to a place, and I made a comment about all the dead people around me.
Thank you, Derek Thomas. That's me and Andy as GTA characters.
I got this one that I want to play for you. Let me see if I can.
Is this the soundbite?
Yeah, this is a soundbite.
Who's it from?
Justin Rivera.
Justin Rivera.
It's so funny. He sent me this, and he was asking me a question, and I saved it. I hope it's still here. Oh yeah, it's right here. Here.
I'm gonna try to see if I can access this, but it's gonna be a no bitty type of. So
I heard this.
I have a cousin who's autistic. He's in Puerto Rico. He's a big kid, and I was listening to one of the older episodes of you guys about the fat.
The fat what?
He tiptoes. And apparently they said they're going to try to get some surgery on him to stop the tiptoeing. And one of the most craziest things that my cousin told me that he has a big problem. Like, he's always running to the bathroom. Is that normal, or I'm confused?
So that's the kind of questions I get. And Justin's a great guy, and he got it. And so my response to him, he goes, "Is it normal or is it, And I wrote, "Do you?" According to Aries, it's not normal, but it's normal.
Yeah,
But these kids, they're very. There's very few things that an autistic kid gets a sense of gratification from and understanding, and it feels good, and they're very tactile, and they have. So yeah, once they discover that, it's their new toy. It's gonna be something that they're gonna try to wear out. So it was just funny that he asked me, and I just thought it was out of all the questions that he could ask me, was it normal? What wasn't normal is surgery for tiptoeing. That I never heard of before.
Yeah.
But Justin, big shout out to you for sending me that. And I texted him. I go, man, do you mind if I play that? He goes, no, I don't care. And I was like, that was just such a weird question. And we get weird questions all the time. But is it normal for an autistic kid to? I didn't know that I was coming with knowledge. So I.
Okay.
But true, I don't want to. Maybe when he was little, yeah, he has it's a sensory, man. It feels good. It's you get it, so you do it, and yeah, good. More power. All the autistic kids out there, take it to town.
Justin Carroll, American Fiction. Yo, what up, loyal fan of the pod? I know you get a lot of movie recommendations, but I just watched American Fiction. It's on Prime, stars Andy's favorite actor, Jeffrey Wright. Give it a watch. Peace and continued success to the both of these.
I've been wanting to see this, and
Is this what he's talking about?
Yeah, this movie, I've been wanting to see it for a while, and I haven't, and I need to. I definitely want to see it, because not only because it's Jeffrey Wright, but I heard it was an excellent movie. Mm-hmm. But we're also having that problem where I think it came out in the theaters, wasn't streaming at first, and then it loses its momentum in the advertisement, because you either advertise it to stream or you advertise it at the movies.
Right.
And, yeah, I need to get on that one.
I'm trying to get to this one. I know I want.
By the way, Jeffrey Wright rides skateboards in Brooklyn. He's my age, and he'll just pull up on a skateboard.
Hey man, white tigers exist, baby. You know what I mean?
That I was told that. I was told that, and that he's shown up at places on the skateboard.
Really?
Yeah, in Brooklyn.
I think I've seen footage of him on a scooter.
Yeah.
Okay. Kendall Jones. Andy's basketball take. Hey guys, I'm going to get right into it. Andy, you have lost your mind if you think that LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant would win at least one NBA championship. I need you to grab a piece of tissue and blow some of that old 1980s out your nostrils and try again. Sorry to tell you, Andy, but Phoenix was never going to work because they didn't have a true point guard, and Devin Booker and Bradley Beal are not LeBron James or Stephen Curry. So stop the comparisons to the Suns. LeBron is 6'9", 260, with the NBA's highest basketball IQ and possibly the best passer in the league today. Curry is the best shooter we've seen this side of Ja Morant with a pistol, LOL. And KD is a 7-foot scoring machine. Why do people keep saying he's 7 foot?
Because he's almost 7.
Not.
He's almost 7.
Dribble like a point guard and shoot 30 feet jump shots like free throws. Not to mention, it's 10 NBA championships between all three players. Please stop it, Andy. And if you want to see a quick preview of this scenario, look forward to the 2024 Olympics when all three. That's not a good comparison, dude. We talking about a 12 gunslingers against the rest of the world who suck. Out of here. It's very different from 3 dudes on a team. The rest of Team USA will pull down their pants and take a good old American on the rest of the world this summer in Olympic basketball. Andy, do you actually watch the basketball games? Because you have said some wild regarding NBA takes on this podcast. No disrespect, just tighten up. LOL. Love all that you guys do, and thanks for the continuous great episodes every week. Keep it going. Peace.
Okay, real quick, I'm just gonna settle this for you real fast. You said something very important to this. Between them, they have 10 NBA titles. They didn't play together, so they're all separate titles. They're old. They're old, and there's young players that are very skilled that I think can beat this team that you talked about. I'm not saying that they're not technically skilled. I'm not saying that they don't have the ability. I'm saying that they're older and there's younger, hungry players. And I don't think that just putting 3 great players on a team today at their age is going to win a championship. Tell me, you can tell me I'm wrong all day long. I don't think so. Minnesota, and I know that they did it to the Suns, but then who else did they beat?
Phoenix.
Phoenix, and then who else did they beat? I don't know. But now they're having a problem with Dallas. So experience does matter, but we're talking about younger experience. We're talking about younger guys that are experienced.
Oh, you meant who else did Minnesota beat?
Yeah.
Oh, Denver.
They took out the champs. So I'm saying that there are excellent players that are coming into their own, younger, hungry, and I don't think those 3 on a team are going to share the ball the way. You're right. I'll give you this. The thing that he did say in there that would give me a little pause on that is LeBron is a great passer. So he could get people the ball in the right place. And, all 3 of them can pass. But it's about actually distributing the ball, getting it to the right people at the right time. And we got some young people playing unbelievable basketball. So, I got some weird takes, but I just don't think that I think that time is slowly disappearing.
Marquise Ramos. Scenario. What's good, Double A? I'm driving en route and I'm listening to the episode of this woman with and man with scenario. And strangely enough, this question is something I would have expected to come up with. Anyway, before I even get my answer, I just want to put it out there that I'm one of those guys who actually enjoys the music Steve plays. Death metal, trash metal, etc. It's actually something I didn't expect to get into at first. Of course, like Andy always says, there's actually is a talent behind every musical role in it, and it's kid of a stress reliever. I think you meant to say it's kind of a stress reliever. $10 of money. To hear it most of the time. Believe me, Aries, it's more than what you perceive it to be. The topics and the lyrics can seem typical. Let me stop for a second. Number one, you can't understand the lyrics at all. How do you understand or decipher? How the do you know what he just said?
You feel it. Do you understand everything James Brown said?
You, Andy. You, man.
Feel it.
I'm not going to let you compare James Brown to that bullshit.
Feel it.
Secondly, you also go, it's a stress reliever. It's stressful. How the do you relieve stress with that?
I don't know, but some people do. And it's weird to me. It's weird to me because I can't, this is really weird, but I've been working out. And when I work out, I have to have something at a more relaxed pace because that would make me want to be all. I need something that kind of keeps me in rhythm, and that doesn't keep me in rhythm.
No, it doesn't. But when you say, is it because of the aggression?
Yeah, the aggression.
Okay, so when you listen to a DMX track, that's aggressive, but that's motivating, is it not?
Yeah.
Where my dogs at?
Yeah, that can be, but the beat is slowing down. It's like playing at over 120 beats a second in that metal. It's like very quick, and that to me makes me want to do that. Like if you're lifting, you want to. It's supposed to be a little smoother. It's supposed to be controlled, and that doesn't feel right. But anyway, and that's what I mean. It gets me like that. But some people, when they hear like those, that they calm down. I don't understand it, but I know some people do.
Of course, i.e. Satan, death, violence, but sometimes it's also based in reality and politics as well. And also, I'm a huge horror movie aficionado, so whatever you can't take, Aries, I've probably seen all that shit and loved it. Anyway, I might just go with the man with the as well. That was a long time ago. I'm quite experienced and skilled at what I know. So I'll obviously stick to that. I might just have to use some earplugs because I'm not trying to hear no man moans. I was quite, I was quite the outcast in school most times, so this is a topic that hits back to my youthful days. I didn't really hang with a crowd. I found it better to just interact with every person I came across, let them be themselves. It sure has been useful in my upbringing. Anyway, stay safe. I'm obviously still sticking to the episodes in order. Attaboy, attaboy, attaboy.
But that's why this email is so old.
That's all right. Just blow the dust off.
It's referencing a very old.
Once I catch up, I'll ask you guys when's the next time you'll be in North Carolina. I live in Fayetteville, but I drive for a living, so I'm willing to take a trip out of town to whatever club you guys perform at. Peace out. Yeah, I said my 2 cents on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's...
I did like I don't want to hear any man moans.
Yeah, that was funny. But I can guarantee you, dog, I'm sure there is a black person that enjoys that crazy shit, but that ain't us. As a whole, that ain't us. Music shouldn't be destructive. It should make you feel good, make you want to dance, make you want to, but not put your fist through drywall.
Bad Brains is a punk rock band. It's a black band. You have In Living Color, which was a heavy metal band.
I told you I like that.
So it not only is it there, they're top of their games.
I don't know how I'm gonna pronounce this. Alisic Mendez. Alisic, I guess. First time listener, Aries fan. Hello, first time listener here. Oh, I've been a fan of Aries for the longest time. My friend Chicharoni Poppy put me onto this podcast. So I have started listening from the beginning. Girl. And guys, I am loving it. Thank you for making my work commute a lot more funnier. I love your impressions. Still watch your old shows. Absolutely funny. Your African accent always kill me. I was told to do this whispering African accent. Can you please introduce me to him? I was told you do this whispering African accent.
Please introduce her to the whispering African accent guy.
Is she talking? I don't think she's talking. I think she's talking about Yasper McQuarrie. Because I've never done the African accent.
Yeah,
Whispered.
I think she is talking about Jasper.
Oh.
They think he's African.
He's not. I'm not that. I'm from the part of the world where you don't know where I'm from. Andy mentioned chocolate and nuts. Who doesn't like chocolate and nuts? I bathe in I eat chocolate and nuts while I suck chocolate and nuts. I am Yasper McQuarrie. You put me on the spot, baby. I wasn't ready for that. There was an email that I got from a girl who went into detail about not liking something. I think it was Joe King talked about when we were talking about homosexuality, and Joe King had a rebuttal about what we talked about in regards to that. And then there was this girl who wrote in who was gay, who had a rebuttal to his rebuttal. I cannot find it, but it stood out to me, and I really wanted to read it.
You just start saving them to your notes if you really like them.
Dude, I usually do save them to my notes, but I can't find this goddamn thing.
Huh.
And she was a bona fide lesbian. She said it.
You can't be bona fide and a lesbian.
If you wear
You, if you were listening to this, Miss Bonafide Lesbian, please resend that email to Aries.
Yeah, I'm combing through it because I'm thinking I can find it.
I would really like to hear your rebuttal.
Yeah. Yeah. See, if you're gay, you can have a rebuttal.
Yeah.
Can't you?
Yeah. You can have a bona fide rebuttal.
Sometimes the lengths we go to make this work. Oh, God, where are you? I know I'm going to find him when I'm not looking. It's going to piss me off. All right, let me...
You know, sometimes that's how bona fide rebuttals happen, when you're not looking.
boy. He's going to be here all night, ladies and gentlemen. All right, well, let me read another one. Deron Ross.
How did that happen? I wasn't looking.
Exactly. Yo, my dude, I hope you guys talk a bit about the Tom roast, which we did.
But his kids are really. Do you think his kids are really upset about it?
Well,
They would. He would have warned them that this is going to be
right.
and that it's just jokes and it's not to be taken seriously. And
Right.
I think you know what I'm going to be.
How old are his kids?
I'm going to be really. I don't know, but I'll be more honest with this, and this is going to make me sound very male in what I'm about to say.
White male or just male?
Male.
All right.
I think she was offended by it.
Yes.
And then it got put that the kids were hurt.
Yes.
By it. It had nothing to do with them.
I don't think so either, because
But
that's what women do.
Yeah, she probably felt it was mean. It would have hurt them. She felt that it would have hurt them.
Right.
That's just my personal opinion. I don't know. Obviously.
And listen, if you the jiu-jitsu instructor, you should be embarrassed.
Well, that's the thing that she. That being said, probably made her feel uncomfortable with their kids hearing that, and that's where
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Alan Green.
I think it's that thing where like you go to a restaurant with a woman and she doesn't want you to eat bad things. Like she doesn't want you to have steak. She wants you to have fish. And she goes, "Oh, that fish, the steak isn't. That's not. It's terrible. Don't get that. It's terrible. It tastes terrible. I've had it before. It tastes." She's just trying to sway the conversation to a different way to suit her wants.
Alan Green, new LA Clippers show. Hey guys, just listen to the new episode titled East Canadian Tour Part 1. Another great episode, but you two had me yelling in my car while driving to work because you couldn't remember the name of the new Clippers series on FX. It's called Clipped, and the guy playing Sterling is Ed O'Neill.
That's right, yeah, Ed O'Neill from Married with Children.
Really?
He looks so good in it, and he got the voice. He changed his voice to get to meet that Sterling kind of sound.
Really?
Yeah, it looks real. Dude, it looks these actors have been in this business for a long time. You know what? I just because they know how to do.
I wouldn't have. Just from an age standpoint, though.
No, they got him looking right for it.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it looked good. I really did.
LMAO. Anyway, keep the hits coming, and I'll definitely take you up on the offer if someone could cover their own hotel room and plane tickets, so you could have someone looking up whenever y'all have brain farts. Much love, Alan Green.
Damn, I have a lot of farts.
And I have real farts.
Yeah, you have a lot of those.
Yeah.
Today's been pretty good, and we're starting. I shouldn't say anything, knock on wood, but it's been pretty good since the emails.
I don't feel nothing coming.
That's so good.
The factory is shut down.
Louis been evicted?
He's dormant right now. LeBron ship. About my last email, LOL. First of all, I didn't proofread the last email. I sent it while driving. My bad. But my bad, y'all. But it wasn't to Andy having sex 21 times in a day. It was to you saying your record was only 3 times, LOL. Andy is a monster for what he did. I just don't understand how you only 3 times in one day. But on another note, I was having a debate with a couple of my boys about comedians, and they were naming people they've seen that were funny. I told them how I seen you and Andy, Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, and Kevin Hart all in 1 year span. And honestly, you were the best person I've seen out of the group. Cat is good, Dave is more complex, Kevin's ass, LOL. But if you want that raw comedy, that crowd work, that uncut yayo, you have to see Ari Spears. Is it possible I can get some tickets next time you guys come to Ontario so I can put them up on game? Andy, I'm putting you in on this because you are one of the best opening acts I've ever seen. Y'all probably don't remember it, but I said what's up to y'all outside of the show in Brea. I believe Shamar was there too. I do remember it. And yes, you absolutely can get tickets. Anytime you rub daddy's you know what I mean? You gonna get some tickets, baby.
Is that your magic genie lamp?
That's the genie, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Tickets come out of it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, baby. Yeah. So yeah, we are there in November, I believe.
Yeah, we're also in. I just said it on the last Irvine too. We're going to be in Irvine, which is in the same Brea area too.
Yeah. I got into it with this a little bit. Emmanuel Gomez quarantine time. He said, "You stupid." I was going to reply to you, dumb calling me stupid. But you're stupid by not going back to my old emails that I sent you and realizing that I don't type just talk while working, idiot. I listen only while working, which I need both hands. The only time I email you, dumb ass, is to Siri. Unlike you, fat dumb, I'm in action. I can't use my hands. You two take the time to learn your people, idiot, dumb. Proofread those sentences. To which I replied, you.
You should have said you, and I said this was Siri.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You talking about you working? We working? Goddammit.
Okay, wait a minute though. Let's backtrack this a little bit, sir. I understand how you feel. I understand. I don't put as much into this as Aries does, but I don't read the emails. And here's the problem: you're sending us something that you, I believe, would like to get read on the air. And if you want it to be read properly on the air, you would have to maybe not send it, save it, go back home after you're done with your thought and after you get off work, and then go back and fix it because we're going to read it on the air, and you want to be represented correctly. So it's too much your detriment as it is to us fat trying to put on a little show here for everybody. So although you want to make this about us and how we don't know our audience, what you don't understand is you up and you don't want to take personal responsibility for it, because our audience would like to hear the emails being read correctly without a bunch of challenges. And so really this is on you. I'm not trying to be an asshole to you. I understand you're working, but then challenge yourself just to save it and then fix it afterwards so that you're represented correctly to everybody who watches the podcast. See, this isn't just about us. We want you to be represented well.
Yeah, and you mentioned in the email that you've written in several times before, and I guess basically were ignored. Number one, it's never on purpose. Like I said, I'm trying to spread the love.
I'm not going to be ignored, Dan.
I'm going to be ignored, Dan. So I'm trying to spread the love and give everybody a shot. And then, when all else fails, if you really want me to read it bad enough, rub daddy's. You know what I mean? You get tickets and emails read faster. Joan Offit, word you forgot, insolence. Remember when I was trying to struggle?
Yep. Yeah.
But she just wrote that, and I just wanted to say it because Joan. So clearly, we have another broad who listened to the podcast.
That was quite a while ago, and if she was listening in order, she probably didn't get to that one. That she could have probably saved you some problems if she would have just been listening to the most current episode
you're just
first.
Not going to win this fight with me. It's just not going to happen. James Miller. Episode 192. Hey, Aries, Jigsaw here. Want to play a game? Listening to Ep 192 and heard Andy talking about you snoring. Not sure if you're aware of sleep apnea, but it is a very serious health condition where you actually stop breathing in your sleep. You can actually die. Not to get all morbid on you, but I have this condition and have to sleep with a CPAP machine. I was very reluctant and too proud to wear that at first, but I noticed a huge difference, and I feel so much better when I wake up now that I use it regularly. When I wasn't using it, I felt like there's a lot that goes on to this condition, and I'm no doctor, so I'm not going to try to break it all down for you, but Google it. It's really serious, and if not regulated, leads to other health issues. Just some food for thought, my brother. Do with it what you will. Love the podcast. Keep cooking the raw uncut. Yeah, I'd rather put a seat on my face.
What if it was flavored and you could get like
breathe in and taste cherry?
Yeah, all the whole time.
Nah, son. Nah. I just think I'm a loud snorer. I don't think I have sleep apnea.
I don't know. What if you could get the CPAP?
People snore. That is normal, is it not?
No, yeah, but there is some concern with it. So what
Snoring?
Yeah, because that means there's some blockage, and it's what is the blockage? That's what you want to know. But let me ask you this question: what if the CPAP machine was shaped like Jenna's box? Gemma's box is like on your face, and you got it scented Gemma flavor.
I don't do weird white. I'm not no make believe. I don't make believe with. You know what I'm saying? I don't play make believe with. I real women.
Yeah, but it's a CPAP.
What it is? Real women. Playing make believe with out of here. That is the most losery you could ever do. If there's any dude out there that with a blow up doll, fake, you are a loser.
Wait, 1 moment. What about these new these robots that they have that looks like a woman, feels like a woman,
well, then
talks to you, washes your clothes, fixes your doesn't give you just can do everything that you wanted to do. What if you couldn't tell?
I can tell.
What if you couldn't tell?
I can tell. I'm not playing the game with you. I can tell. Out of here.
If they come out with them good enough, I'm going to tell Tara this is our new doll. Its name is Threesome.
I'd love to watch it. Listen, once you've tasted real fruit, you can't go backwards.
What if they have it so that it has all this? You can't tell the difference. It's locked down. It's perfect. And the only thing she says is yes, please, and thank you.
Oh goodness! I did that thing that
I'd be afraid to get one though, because then I might come home one day and she'd go, "This is Tuesday's threesome." And
Tuesday's threesome.
Yeah, and it's a dude.
Oh, well, just call me. I'll take the place of the other dude because at least you know me.
That's worse. That'd be the worst.
Mark Harvey, Man Food Pod movie suggestion. Hey, Aries and DJ Doodoo Hands.
I really like that.
Not sure if you've seen that they did a Roadhouse. Did I read this before? Roadhouse remake on Amazon Prime with Jake Gyllenhaal, Conor McGregor, great Man Food movie. Yeah, I don't know if I read this, but we did talk. Well, let me.
I don't remember DJ Doodoo Hands. Though.
No, I've heard some.
Maybe he has to. Okay, because I think if I ever want to do a DJ set again, I'm gonna go up as DJ Doodoo Hands.
I'm telling you, I know I said this on the pod, but you should make it so that when you flick the record, shoots off your fingertips. It's people in the crowd.
Doodoo, doodoo.
Dooba 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 doo doo. Dooba 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 doo. The plot is decent enough and the acting is all.
Everybody, put your hand. Go ahead. I'm coming up with what I'm going to mix together to make this work out.
Okay. The plot is decent enough and acting is on par with what you'd expect from one of these flicks. The fight scenes were dope, in my opinion, even if the one-liners were a bit cheesy, in my opinion. Sidebar, y'all for having the pod watch the movie Brawls in Cell Block 99. Hopefully y'all like this recommendation much more than that dog. Nevertheless, I appreciate y'all continuing to provide free laughs. Peace, Mark from Philly.
I did like it better than Cell Block 99. It was
definitely better.
It was corny and funny.
Yeah, it was better than Cell Block 99, but it wasn't great. Brad Farrow. God, I wish I could find that lesbian's email.
I wish you could find it so we could give her a name instead of lesbian.
Angel Alfaro, Godfrey. What up, ANA? Godfrey was on Club Shay Shay and said your name. He's always giving you props. That shit is dope. It's the opposite of Cat Williams hating on everybody. Yeah, man, Godfrey's the dude, man.
I love Godfrey, man.
Dude, I saw a clip of Godfrey, and it just nailed it so much. I was embarrassed say that I did it, but he was on with Jim Norton and Jason Statham. And he says to Jason Statham, dude, you're always so quiet in your movies. You should do a movie called The Librarian. And you just come up and say to somebody, I thought I told you girls to keep quiet. I don't hear you talk again. The Librarian. Dude, he had Jason Statham dying. And Jason Statham was such a good sport. He was like, yo, and slapped Godfrey 5. And it was such a cool moment, man.
That is really cool. I wanted to hear him say Dewey Decimal System as the librarian in the Jason Statham voice.
Dewey Decimal System?
Yeah.
What's that associated with?
It's the way that there's numbers on the books, and that's how they keep them in order and know where they are in the card files.
I tell you guys, get the books where they need to be. Do it under the Dewey Decimal System. Next time you're off, I'm going to smash your face in the book. And I don't want to say it again.
I don't know why that's so funny to me, hearing him say Dewey Decimal System.
Nick Barton. Cheaper by the dozen. Greetings, Mr. Spears. Good afternoon. My name is Nick Barton of Machiavelli Pictures, a Charleston, South Carolina film and media production company. We recently completed our first film, an American sports documentary entitled, I think this is like this guy's...
Yeah, I was going to say, he sounds like he's selling something.
Yes, I think he wants me to be a part of something.
All right.
Carmen Palmer comment. Hey guys, I don't remember if you guys talked about the movie The Beekeeper. The Beekeeper. Yeah, we did.
Just a little bit, though.
Because it is a great guy food and nothing like Brawl in Cell Block 99. Also, the show Spartacus is a great show to watch, and I believe you and Andy will like it. The reason why the lead character isn't in the second season is because he died of lymphoma cancer, but the show was still good. You should also watch the show The Arrow, which is about DC character Green Arrow. Did you know the term the GOAT came from the legend of Earl the Goat Manigault?
No, I didn't know that.
Earl the Pearl. A guy who could jump higher than Michael Jordan. I think he's talking about Earl the Pearl.
Yeah.
But I didn't,
I did see Arrow, though. Did you ever see Arrow?
No, what is Arrow?
Arrow, that's a Jeremy Renner, Marvel.
I saw it on TV, like you mean the series?
Yeah,
I lost interest after 4 episodes.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
He wasn't that big a deal in the Avengers and all that. He was always, I always felt bad for him. I think a lot of people did because, you cut the Thor with the hammer, the Hulk smashing shit, Captain America with the fight skills, Iron Man with the cool suit, and then you just see this just constantly pulling a arrow back.
It was his job. What's Falcon have? Falcon gets to use Iron Man.
Hey, that wingsuit, brother. That was cool.
Yeah, but he trades it in for Iron Man. So, not Iron Man, for
Captain America.
Captain America. So, you get the character you got.
Right.
It's just,
there were times when I didn't really like how they would make Anthony Mackie almost seem like the help to Captain America. In that one episode, that one movie, I think it was it Civil War? It was either Civil War. No, it wasn't Civil War. What was the second one he did? Where he takes on for the first time the dude with the metal arm. Everybody's screaming it, right? Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And at one point, they're running out to battle, and Mackie goes, I do what you do. You just do it faster. Praising.
It's Captain America.
I don't know who it is. Praising is hungry.
So if Batman was paid, who's your favorite Batman?
Ben Affleck.
And it's so if a black guy got the part as Robin,
yeah,
that would make you mad?
No.
But he's just his assistant.
Depends on the dialogue. You know what I mean? I do what you do. You just do it faster. Out of here. Brown nosing. Oh, black man. A newbie S7 King. Short and sweet.
I'd do this faster than you if Tony Stark would just build me some cool
Yeah, man. Anything.
As soon as I get Tony Stark to build me some cool shit.
And what did he say in the second Avengers, Ultron, the Age of Ultron, when Tony's having the party, and he says to Captain America again, Falcon goes, something about your world is just, your world is Chris. Something about his world being better. You know what I mean. I just don't like all that goddamn brown nose.
You know who's part? Wanda, the witch.
Yeah.
Wanda. She does everything with her mind. Her whole big scene is
with her hands. Yeah.
That's the worst one.
No.
You get nothing.
But her powers were.
Yeah, but she doesn't. When you're acting, Renner has this. Like he's doing this, so he's doing something.
You're telling me Renner's better than the witch?
He's kicking things and beating things up, and he's shooting arrows. She's just doing and with her mind.
So you would rather have arrows than her power?
If the power was real, but if I'm an actor, wouldn't you rather have some physical activity rather than just manipulating your hands and staring at things? I'm talking as an actor, not as the what the character has.
But that's what women do. They manipulate things with their minds and their hands. You can't see what they're doing. You don't know what they're thinking. They just move their hands around and.
So this was just her job. It was meant for her. Okay.
It was meant for her.
This episode's not going to go.
A newbie ass kick. Short and sweet. What's up, A&A? 2 questions from me, and then I will let y'all continue to entertain the masses. Question 1, are you still working on y'all's own beer or alcoholic beverage? I don't know that we ever were. It was a joke.
We should, though. We should have our own.
Should we?
Yeah.
I wonder how hard it is to accomplish that.
It's not hard at all because...
Really?
Yeah, you just have to find people that want to carry it. And there's beers that you can private label, and they would just say A&A Ale.
Oh.
Yeah.
Question 2, have either of you seen a movie called Manhattan Melodrama? It stars Clark Gable, William Powell, and Myrna Loy. It's a 1930s film about 2 friends and how they are opposite ends of the law. It just amazes me how storytelling was back then. It also is the last famous movie bank robber and public enemy #1 John Dillinger watched before the FBI ambushed him and shot him in the back of the head. The bullet came out under his left eye. Also, no, Aries, you don't have anything to worry about. There is no blood in the violent scenes. There's also a thing I think you should check out, how they express violence. He puts in parentheses, shooting, etc., without actually showing it. But you still knew that it was pretty violent. Anyways, that's all, folks. Andy, if you haven't seen it, it would be surprised. If you haven't seen it, I would be surprised. Your ninja Anubis.
You know who has seen that movie?
Who?
Your 1946.
I love that movie. What a great time, the 1930s, when you could just shoot at random and you wouldn't get in trouble for it. Because the law was bent to serve the white man, the purebred Anglo-Saxon white man. It's a beautiful time. You could smack women around, knock their teeth out, have them smiling like a Casio piano. Oh, I wish they would bring that back. Brett Butler, yeah?
Were you going to do him anyway?
You know, I was thinking about it when I read 1930s,
yeah.
But I didn't really know where I was going to go with it because I was going to try to make it about that particular movie which I never saw. But yeah, the moment I saw the alley-oop, I just wasn't sure. Have you heard of the movie?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Oh shit.
I would like to see it. I just I had. By the way, I was one of the white guys at Trader Joe's looking at black people, looking at white people. I guess, according to Aries.
The only movie I ever saw with Clark Gable was Gone with the Wind.
There's quite a few.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Did you? Okay, you saw Gone with the Wind. Did you think it was this?
You know, I saw it because I was a victim of most of the movies I saw when I was a kid. We had one television, and whatever Dad wanted to watch, that's what we watched. So I saw Gone with the Wind as a kid. So of course I didn't like it. I don't know that I would like it now.
I think I need to see it again because I haven't seen it since I was young. And you know what? I felt honestly, and this is I'm uncultured in this way. I came when I was a kid. We didn't have a color television. Then we got a color TV. And so once I saw what a color TV looked like, I did not want to watch a black and white film. I didn't understand a black and white film. I didn't want to see a black and white film.
Was Gone with the Wind ever in black and white?
Yeah, originally I thought it was black and
Really?
white. Wasn't it?
I always thought it was color.
No, then I think Ted Turner's the one who colorized it.
Right, you might be right.
But I never wanted to see those old movies. I wanted to see current movies. I wanted to see color, the big,
Right.
And so I just until Elephant Man was probably the first movie that I watched that was in black and white. I go, black and white movies look pretty cool. So yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the black and white movies, again, I saw because of my dad, like James Cagney. He was a huge James Cagney fan. Public Enemy. What was it one? Angels with Dirty Faces. He wasn't big on Humphrey Bogart, but I saw a couple of those too. But yeah, he loved James Cagney.
I started recently going back and watching some old movies. I like to watch older. What I'm learning, and this is what people who are younger than us are going to learn too. That as you go back into history, you find out that everything that you thought was new has already been done. And so as I'm going back and seeing some of these older movies, it's cool because I'm seeing, that's where this reference come from. That's why when you listen to the great directors and great writers, they talk about all these great movies, and those are the ones I'm trying to go back and watch because that's what gave them their inspiration. And I got so much inspiration from them, but I need to do that research to see what inspired them because that's the impetus of it. That's where it comes from. And
What of it?
Impetus.
Wow, man. Caveat now impetus.
Impetus. I can't say it right.
Impetus.
I'm not even saying it right. I should learn how to say it if I'm going to use the word.
This sounded right to me, even though I've never heard it.
Impetus. The impetus. Something like that.
How do you do that? That's crazy.
My girl just sent me a picture of someone else's legs, and she writes, "This is why I love her. Are my legs this white?"
Yes, they are. Absolutely. You should tell her. Aries said absolutely.
Yeah, they're pretty white, honey. She said, I was talking to her about getting these shoes, these sandals, and she said, I can't get at those sandals because she goes, I'm clear. She goes, I'm clear. And I have her on speakerphone, and I'm in the mall, and she's like, they look better on darker people. And everybody's starting to look at me like, what is this person? And she's saying skin color, not any race. She was just, they look better on darker people. I don't have the color, the tone. It just, I think she was talking about like, they were white. They were off-white shoes. And off-white makes her look even whiter because now the off-white, and then you see how pale she is. So she doesn't like that. So I just thought it was funny in the mall today in here in Richmond as I was walking around and there's the culture is different out here, man.
It don't feel it. It don't feel like it. That's why I asked you last night. I was like, this is the South? Because it don't feel like it.
It's the first city south of the Mason-Dixon line. It might not be considered south, but it's not.
Right.
It's definitely not deep south.
Yeah.
But it's still part of it. Has this. It just has a little bit of that. It has a little bit of it. But I'm starting to see the culture level has a little different shift to it. And the further south you go, it becomes more prominent. But here it's kind of an undertone.
Gerard Stewart, impersonation challenge. What's up, A-Team? Much love to my favorite OGs in the comedy world. I was listening to one of my top 5 MCs, and I began to wonder if Aries was New York enough to do this impression. Aries, can you do a Fat Joe impression? Not at all. Crack has been dropping hits every decade since the 90s, but never gets credit for being the only New York artist being played in the club aside from French Montana. Oh boy, he's awaking. Also, please read my other email about the Mike Tyson coincidence, an odd coincidence. I sent it before the fight was announced. I was about to do Mike Tyson. Fight was announced with Jake Paul.
What do you think of Fat Joe though?
I was always a Fat Joe fan. Yeah. My favorite album was I think it was Jealous One's Envy.
I like that he was competing in the basketball scene in New York.
Oh, you talking about Rucker?
Yeah,
Rucker Park. Yeah.
Yeah,
he was somewhat coaching. Don't say competing. That nigga ain't never.
No, not playing, but he had his team.
Yeah.
I love that shit. I love when you're so deep in everything that's New York. That's part of it. And he's in touch with everybody, man. He really has his, there's I hate to say it this way. There's a little Fat Joe on everything out in New York.
Well, people that ask the question, should black people be bothered by the fact that he says the N-word? Because he's Puerto Rican. I don't know. I guess he gets a pass.
And, I wouldn't say pass, man. What I say, this is how I'm going to have to look. Is he part of the culture?
Absolutely.
Is he if you're of the culture, then isn't that within the culture standards?
So it's okay for Eminem?
He's still not part of the culture.
Why not?
Because he's still white.
That sounds like some I would have said.
He's culture adjacent.
There you go. Oh, that was such a great, honest answer. So you didn't even try to make that sound delicious. You went, because he's white.
There's just certain things that cannot be avoided.
That's hilarious. I think this is the last one. Nathan Kwanzaa, Bob Marley. Hi, Aries and Andy. In response to an email from one of your listeners who compared Bob Marley to Limp Bizkit, I've got a few points to make. I'm a 46-year-old Zimbabwean guy living in the UK. Oh, have you seen any out there? And it's done so for the greater part of 20 years. I'm with Andy's response to that guy's email. In Africa, the biggest foreign music we consume is reggae, not hip-hop. And to be precise, roots reggae. Reggae itself is a revolutionary music, much like early hip-hop, and the reason why we gravitate towards it is because when reggae was becoming more prominent in the 60s and 70s, a lot of African countries were fighting for their independence from colonial rule. Africans found encouragement to fight for freedom from the message that came through reggae. Let me stop for a second. I can tell before I even finish this email is impeccable. Dude, there's punctuation marks everywhere. Capitals where they belong, lowercase, this, commas. Emmanuel Gonez, learn from this.
But this man wants to represent himself correctly.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Where was I into the coin? Africans found encouragement to fight for freedom from the message that came through reggae. For example, if you listen to the song Heathen by Bob Marley, you'll find that he's encouraged African freedom fighters to engage, where we launched short stints of surprise attacks on the colonial master's army because that was the only way to fight them due to their superiority and military equipment. Yes, there were other reggae artists or groups at the like Burning Spear, Culture, etc., but Bob Marley managed to fight so that his music crossed over like Andy alluded to. What separates Bob from the rest, that he was a very effective storyteller, much like Chappelle is in comedy. If you listen to Bob's music, there's always a theme of uplift, peace, positivity, love for one another, liberation and freedom, unity, all of which Africans are still struggling to get. I don't know if Korn or Limp Bizkit sang about that. I may be wrong by assuming the guy who made the comparison is white based only on who he chose to compare Bob's music to. It seems he listens to Bob music for the beat, but not the message. His comparison is like comparing Tupac or Nas music to Lil Nas X music. Talking of parallels between Tupac and Bob, Tupac may not flowed as good as Nas, Biggie, or any of his contemporaries, but he was a better storyteller. That's why him and Bob resonate with the world. It comes as no surprise to say Tupac is the biggest hip-hop artist ever in most African countries. Tupac and Bob are the only two artists you see murals of on walls all over the world. Going back to Bob's music, he took the music from fast tempo, SKA roots, and when the Wailers were formed, they started during Rocksteady era, which focused more on harmonies with a slower beat, and this era only lasted 2 years. When he moved to London, and after Bunny Wailer and Peter Tosh left the group, Chris Blackwell, the white man unfairly criticized for breaking up the group, introduced him to a newer artist like lead guitarist Junior Marvin, etc., and the reggae as we know it today was formed. Before the reggae mainly emphasized on the drum and the bass as the bass for the music. Oh, okay. Focused on the bass as the bass for the music. During this time, Bob Marley's sound was transformed to the timeless sound we have today. And again, like Andy explained with Bob Marley's crossing over, it paved the way for a lot of reggae artists who would have otherwise struggled to break through. I'm a longtime listener of the pod, and this is my first time so please forgive me for that long email. I love what you do and keep doing what you're doing, except for the farts. That's you, Aries. LOL. Peace. Nathan. Nathan, my guy. What a beautiful, well-written email.
Yeah, and I like the message. Stop farting, Aries.
Well, I'm the vessel for the guys. I'm the vessel. The guys want to speak to the people through me ass, and I'm the vessel for the guys. So when my butt starts talking, that's the guys trying to talk to the people. Be the vessel. Nathan, man, that was really good. Emmanuel, roll him into your class. You know, you probably didn't even use no hands to write this. You know what I'm saying? So how sharp this was. Ass Emmanuel using both hands and writing that.
I'm just imagining he might have dreads. Mm-hmm. And he's just, his dreads
are writing
it out.
That's a real Jamaican. When you write something, you don't use your hands. You let your dreads do the writing. You know? That's how you write an award-winning book. You just sit down with a red stripe, you peel over the pages, and your dreads get to writing. Yo, Steve, man, give me that Jamaican music. This is what you got to do now. Next time you want to write a novel, you sit down and you let your dreads do the writing. You bleed from your heart and your feelings, and you put the hair to the pen and the paper. Booyaka! And when you're done, you put it in an envelope, you mail it, and the same way you would spray a letter to a girl with a nice fragrance of cologne, you fart on the paper. So when she opened the envelope, she go, that's Aries. Give out some dates.
Oh, man. You're going to be listening to this. Hopefully, if you listen to this, I guess, in order, and you're caught all the way up, you're going to be listening to this on Thursday. And that's the day we're in Off the Hook in Naples, Florida, Thursday, May 30th, and we'll be there till June 2nd.
That's funny, though, dude. Dreads doing it. You know, my man who once upon a time ago, before Anthony, would do my social media, this dude named Colin Pelton. He had an idea. Because remember the Arnold Schwarzenegger cartoon that I wanted to put on Instagram that would have got immediately taken down? The real dirty one.
Yeah.
He had this idea where he was like, man, if you can like create or kind of like have a place where you could air you can't air anywhere else. And then long story short, he called me and he knows this dude who does cartoons, and he's got a place like a hub where we could air. And there's so many times when we do the pod where certain things I would love to see animated that I think would just be great animated pieces, kind of like I did a little bit in the beginning. And that would be a great animated piece, to see a dude with his dreads doing the writing.
Just typing them on a keyboard. What if we just got our own channel, like on a thing, and it just had all that kind of stuff?
Well, you know, again, you mentioned the My Only thing, and I told you, the dude that runs My OnlyFans hit me up. And he was saying to me, yo, man, if you want to do like some stand-up bits or something, we could create your own My OnlyFans. But then I thought, nah, that just seems
I'm just telling you, if we were doing this pod and there was some girls just making out and fooling around with each other behind us.
Listen, you know what? Let me get off my lazy keister. Because if I contact this dude, I'm sure.
Contact him. Yeah, put it together.
Yeah, we could do that. And then, like I said, you could have some cartoon strips on My OnlyFans where we go there.
Yeah,
let me quit.
But if we did our podcast on OnlyFans and there was just two girls, right? We just did a bigger camera.
Yes.
And there's a sofa behind us or a bed, and there's just two girls just
going to town on each other.
You know, I'm telling you that Howard Stern said that's the key to his success.
Really?
Lesbians.
Okay.
It,
I'm going to get to work.
it has to look like it smells good.
That's funny. That's funny. I'm telling you, boy. Oh, boy.
June 7th through the 9th, we're going to be at the Pittsburgh Improv. That's June 7th through the 9th, the Friday through Sunday. Cap City, Austin, Texas, June 13th through the 16th. That's Thursday through Sunday. And we're coming in early Wednesday. We're going to try to go over to see what's going on over at the Mothership Connection and just hang out. I'd like to go see some other clubs and what's happening out there. So excited about being in Cap City. The new... I guess, a center of comedy in the United States.
Damn, I haven't done that joke in a while.
You haven't. I'm going to have my wedding June 22nd. That's a Saturday, and Aries is going to be in Georgia at the... I don't have the name of it written down here. Do you have the name?
I don't. You said you get married what day?
June 22nd. It's a Saturday.
And where you going for the honeymoon?
I don't know yet.
Wherever you go, is that when we going to our wife?
We better have a conversation before I get married. Then let's. I want to look. I want to look this up. You're going to be at the Albany Municipal Auditorium, June 22nd, and as I said, I'll be at my wedding, June 22nd. My uncle's coming out for my wedding. I want to give a shout out to my uncle, David Steinberg. He was having some health issues. He's still having health issues, but he got a good diagnosis and. He decided to go all in, and he's coming out to the wedding. So thanks for coming out, man. And good, and it's great that you got a little good news on your health. I'm really happy for you. June 27th through the 30th, we'll be at the Helium in Richmond Heights, Missouri. That's Thursday through Sunday, and July 5th and 6th, we're going to be at the Omaha Funny Bone. Haven't been out there a while. Excited to get back there. Irvine Improv. We're going to be there July 11th through the 14th. Again, Thursday through Sunday. And then Cobb's in San Francisco. We haven't been there in a little bit. I'm excited to get back out there. That is July 18th through the 21st, Thursday through Sunday. We're going to then be in a couple dates that I want to give out. Mic Drop in San Diego, August 8th through the 10th. That is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll be out there. And then the new dates, Stand Up Live, August 22nd, 23rd. We're going to be back downtown Phoenix. Happy to be back there. And then at my hometown, where I was born, Tucson Medical Center, we'll be at the Rialto Theater in Tucson, August 24th. That's the dates, man. What are we calling this episode?
It has to smell good.
It has to smell good. You got it.
I'm handsome, I'm fast, and can't possibly be beat. Damn, I look so handsome when I get my shit cut. Look at them lips.
I've been talking to Aries. Aries agreed that he's going to start working out on the weekends while we're on the road. Just now. See you guys next week.
Spears and Steinberg.
Thanks for listening to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. If you'd like to know who's responsible for this, it was hosted by Aries Spears and Andy Steinberg, produced by Steve Merrick and Anthony Holmes, executive producer, Big Papa, Robert Kelly, and Matt Kleinschmidt for the Laugh Button Podcast. For more information on where to find us on the internet, visit SpearsburgPod.com.